Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Medalla Studio. I'm Gabriela Vivanco. On today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the trip that I just did to New York. New York is one of those cities that you want to experience with a camera. That you can see and find so many great places that you can actually take pictures, and street photography is a must over there. And this time it was the first time that I was actually bringing my gear to a big city. I've never traveled with my gear before, and it was a very scary situation at first, but I'm really excited that I actually was able to do it because everything was fine. None of my lenses broke, which is great, and I'm really excited to show you the results. Also, on this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the post-production process that I have after I'm done with the session. I tend to use Lightroom in order to check all the pictures that I have, use the library, filter them and all that. And when I did this whole process, I also noticed usually if there was some sort of mistake, if I can fix it. And after I filter all the pictures out, I tend to go to Photoshop and edit the different details that I will have to edit at that point. What I tend to do at first is I take all the different pictures that I just did and move them directly to my hard drive, and that way I'm completely sure that they are in just one area. And after I'm done with that, what I tend to do is I open Lightroom catalog, and usually with that I will be able to import all the pictures to that Lightroom catalog. It is important to do one catalog per session, because in that way you're not gonna have like mixed or different pictures in another session and everything. So it's a really important thing that you always do just one catalog for that particular session that you just created. After you import all the pictures, it's going to take a little bit to process. Usually my computer takes particularly a little bit, because all the pictures that I tend to use, they are on raw format. The other part that is very important about Lightroom is the fact that you can see all the pictures in their library. All the pictures will show in the bottom, but the important part is that you will be able to see the different details in the right part of the screen. So if you just keep going through the pictures, you can also give them a star and filter them in order for you to pick them eventually, because sometimes you might prefer some certain pictures over other ones, and it's easier if you filter them instead of just viewing them all together. What I love about photography is the fact that you can do so many different things with just one camera. Is the fact that you can have so many details that maybe other people don't see, and you as a photographer is the one that is really able to show that. But in this particular train station, we see that there was a lot of thought of what was before of a train station, before it was renovated. There's a lot of people that do architecture photography, and on my end, what I really like about that is the fact that you can view a space in so many different ways with so many different details. And usually architects and interior designers, they tend to put so much effort and concept behind every single thing. You just want to explore all that. You just want to show what is really important about those different details. So in this particular train station, I love the fact that it was so many details of what was before the renovation, of the pictures of the people that were there in the 40s or the 60s, of the lovers that said bye because they had to leave on that same train, and all the stories that you can tell right there. And I really appreciate the fact that somebody decided to place that as a hybrid between what was before there and what's going on now, and eventually what's going to move forward, what's going to come, and the idea of a train and space and time. Thank you so much for staying tuned to my YouTube channel. Hope to see you next week.